Mega Man.
I'm in charge because I'm talking at the moment. Mega Man 11 happened. It happened.
Did, yeah.
It happened, and for some of us, it's happening right now. I'm not playing it, but
That's what I'm saying. You've done this shit before.
I wouldn't listen. If I was playing it, I would say so. And it would be worth it because of that game. Now, when I picked up that game, I was not expecting to care that much about it. I was happy about it existing. I was happy about how Capcom was approaching the model and the price tag, and I thought it looked good. And then I played it, and it's like, this is a good game. This is a good video game. This is my favorite vanilla, like, Mega Man game I've ever played, just as far as gameplay goes. And really the only reason why that's the case is for two things. One, it doesn't just rest on its laurels like most other vanilla Mega Man game titles have, of just, it's Mega Man. We've all played Mega Man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way through whatever. We played those games. And then Mega Man 9 and 10 were kind of all about being old and redoing that on purpose, going for that on purpose. That wasn't what this game was doing. It has plenty of new shit, and it uses it well. It has really good stage design, which is too often an unsung hero of video games. Stage design is important. But there's a feeling of like character progression in the game, thanks to like the upgrades you can get, that makes me feel kind of like I'm playing Mega Man X again. There's stuff about the mobility that makes me feel like I'm playing Mega Man X again.
Now that's interesting. That makes me a little bit more interested.
I was not expecting to have this, tickle my Mega Man X, whatever. But it kind of has, and it still is. I want Mega Man X still. Like, I think the biggest thing that it doesn't have on Mega Man X, like, obviously, is wall jumps. But there's other shit in this game that, like I said, it kind of gives me those feels. Those Mega Man X feels. It just makes me that much more excited and want there to be, like, one of these games, like a new Mega Man X that is approaching it the same way this game is approaching vanilla Mega Man. Mega Man 11 is a damn good game, and I'm surprised as anyone. I was also somewhat incorrect. I was wrong when the game came out. I said it was really hard. It is very challenging, but there's a difficulty curve that comes with the game that changes it as you go along, because the boss weapons are super powerful in this game, and they don't even give a fuck. And those things, coupled with the upgrades you can get from the in-game merchant thing, it feels, again, it kind of gives me that Mega Man X vibe. It kind of has some stuff that makes me feel a little bit like, you're getting armor pieces. This is a good game. If anyone who, was a little reticent to play it because they would rather play Mega Man X, they prefer Mega Man X games, I am right there with you. And this game it's not Mega Man X, but it's really close to Mega Man X. And I feel like they kind of did it on purpose. Like, if you liked Mega Man X, you're going to find some stuff here that has some feels that you're going to enjoy. And I hope that Capcom kind of keeps this idea moving forward, either for a new Mega Man X or a Mega Man 12. It's a good game. I've beaten all the robot bosses, whatever, the Super Mavericks, the Maverick bosses. I'm calling them Mavericks, I don't care. I haven't beat Dr. Wily yet, I still gotta do that. But I've beaten all the bosses, and the stages are fun to play. Like, just really well played out. And the power-ups are great. And the game looks really good when you're not watching it on YouTube or Twitch. I was surprised by that shit.
I think it does. It already looks good, in my opinion. Like, it already looks strong.
It looks super good. And what's really cool about it is when you start using the new shit, like the slow motion, the double gear, the bullet time thing. I feel like a weird, little kid or like a stoner or some shit when I kick it in when there's explosions going on and there's screen shake everywhere and I'm going slow motion shit and zooming around shit. It just looks really fucking cool. Explosions in this game are crazy cool looking. It's like I don't know. It's like I did not go into this game expecting to be like, ooh, pretty explosions, but I am. It's really cool looking. It's a great feeling game. It's just a game. It's a great game. It's a really super fun game. People should play it and not be discouraged if it's not like Mega Man X or something like that, because it's not as big of a departure from that sort of thing as you would think. And again, I think they did that on purpose. Because they want, obviously they want as many people playing it as possible as they can get, so there's a little something for those types of Mega Man players if they're playing, and it shows, in my opinion.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, here's the thing, though. When Red Dead comes out, are you going to still play it?
No, that's why I'm trying to beat it really fast.
Like, that doesn't sound like an experience to me. That sounds rough. Like, I don't... Also, like, I don't know, like... There's definitely a void I've been trying to fill, but I don't think Mega Man's the answer. Yeah, I don't even think Mega Man X is the answer, because I bought the Mega Man X Anniversary Collection. And, I played the first game, I got to, the boss before Sigma, and, I'm like, I want to do something else right now. Like, it wasn't that I wasn't having fun, it's just I had other competing interests. Really, the only thing that's come close to filling the void before Soul Calibur for me is Forza Horizon 4, which I'm not a racing guy, but I didn't buy it for that. I bought it just so I could kind of casually drive across the roads of England and just relax and listen to music. That's why I bought it. Like, right. You know, it's just open world. I just feel like driving. I want to drive to Birmingham, and I can do it. Maybe I don't know how open it is yet, because you unlock different areas, so I don't know how much England there is. So I don't know what city I went to specifically. But it's just relaxing, like, just driving places and shit. That's fun.
I think Spider-Man gave me that.
Interesting.
Because, I mean, I'm not driving, but I'm swinging. And swinging's fun.
Yeah, I really like the idea of just replicating the real world with a video game open world and just letting me explore. I think that's fun. They're not quite there yet. Like, Forza's not exactly that. And like I said, I'm not a big racing guy. I do like cars to an extent, but, like, real cars I can drive. But, yeah, I don't know. Like, Mega Man 11, it just, man, I want to play Soul Calibur, dude. I don't want to play Mega Man right now. I just want to play the shit out of Soul Calibur, but I'm glad it's fun. I mean, I think...
That is the thing, like, it's not... Like, if you're jonesing for a specific thing, it's not going to take place in that specific thing, and Soul Calibur is definitely, like, a fucking... If you're wanting to play Soul Calibur, this is not going to scratch that itch, but, you know, it's like, a burger isn't going to do it for you if you're wanting fucking sushi or whatever. But when you were talking about that, it did remind me of one other point about Mega Man 11 that I enjoyed, which was, I feel like a lot of times Mega Man, especially vanilla Mega Man titles, they're almost bound by, like, they're kind of held back by, like, it has to feel like, kind of like, you know, like Mega Man always has felt. Mega Man 1 through 11, whatever. And it's never really felt that much like those games are where you go if you're wanting to try new shit. And where developers are okay with trying new shit. They're comfortable with trying new shit. And immediately Mega Man 11 didn't have that problem for me. I was worried about it and it wasn't there. The devs were fine with, like, this is not going to play exactly like every other Mega Man you've ever played, and that's on purpose. It's different. It's a new game. It's not just the old game with new stages, which I really appreciated. That is something I think was a big deal to me. It didn't just rest on its laurels.
Well, I was hoping it'd be really difficult, though. Not so much because I wanted to play it, because I wanted to watch other people play it and fail. That was something I was kind of looking forward to. I don't think Eris is going to get to this one, but I'm sure Max has played through it by now. I'd be very surprised if he hasn't.
Yeah, I think he has.
I want to see that.
It's fun, dude. It's just fun. Like I said, the stage design is really fun. I have fun just playing through the fucking shit.
I think for you especially, since you had to suffer through Mighty Number 9, I think this is a good palate cleanser. So for you, I think this is especially important.
There's some catharsis there for sure. But I mean, I'm sure there's tons of people out there with that need that kind of catharsis, because almost everyone playing this game was, like, at least aware of the Mighty Number 9 shit show, if not invested. Like, actually financially invested in it. I was. So yeah, this feels like, you know, I can let go a little bit of all that bad, horrible bullshit. Man, this game is so much better than Mighty Number 9 was. God, that game sucked so bad. Yeah, I played it. I played a couple of stages of that game, and it was so bad.
Well, you're leaving your past behind in a big way, because Mighty Number 9 was multiple years of your past. So it's a good way to move on. Hopefully we're not having this conversation about another Castlevania-esque game a year from now, because that would be really bad.
Yeah, that would be really bad. I'm not that worried about that one, because Inafune is not involved in it.
Glad it's good, though. I'm super glad it's good. Maybe one day.
Okay, yeah. I'm done shilling about Mega Man. We can move forward.
Soul Calibur.
Me and a lot of other people played the Soul Calibur beta, so I want to start with your thoughts. What did you think?
I think I was undefeated. That is what's important.
Out of how many matches?
That's not important.
That was pretty fucking important to me.
That's not that important. It's not a big deal. How could that possibly have any weight on anything, really? I liked Keelik a lot, though. I was surprised. Somebody said Keelik in the chat.
Yeah.
And I just started playing him. And I was like, you know what? This is kind of fun. He looks, not... He doesn't look like a person I'd want to play.
Yeah, in a big way. Like, he looks like so far from... He is so fucking anime. I was like, Chango's not going to touch this character.
But,
Staff, yes.
It's like... There's that, and then I could go play, like, Valdo, and I don't... Is Valdo anime? Kinda.
He's a lot of things. There's a little bit of anime in there.
I mean... It's hard not to find someone with some anime shit. I playing some Nightmare, too, and come on. It's just fucking... There's anime all over this fucking game. So that's not really gonna hold me back that much. I hope I can... If I play the game, which I want to play the game, I want to get the game and play it. Red Dead's a problem, but I would like to play the game some more. I'd like to get it when it comes out. Is it coming out in like a week?
Not even that. It comes out in like 3.5 days.
He would definitely be the first person that I would legit go to and try to main. Can you hear this thunder outside?
No, I can't hear anything.
It's still me. It's really creepy. The fucking rain stopped, and it just sounds like T-Rex footsteps.
It's crazy. It's some MK4 shit right there.
It's kind of creepy. It's fine. Keelik, he was fun to play, and I played him. I hope I can... If I do play him some more, I'd like to put something on his face.
You can. Well, you can. I'm sure you can.
Because, boy, he's just...
Yeah, he's very Bieber.
I don't like that. I don't like how he's looking at me. I can't, like, we gotta be a team,
That said, like, this is probably one of the best games he's ever... Like, I like his costume design a lot in this game. I think it was really good, but even for me, like, he's too anime even for me. That's why I'm so glad Sungmina made it in. That was a huge relief, but, God, I'll be honest with you, man. I was both surprised and ecstatic when I found out you were playing the demo, because I did not see that coming. That was definitely a huge twist in the myth.
I said I was gonna play some of that shit.
I must have missed that Add Everyone message, because I did not see that shit at all. Super happy
I played it.
Beating people, I was like, that is such a good omen. That is a hell of a good omen.
It was fun.
The game is fun. It is very easy. Like, it's almost too easy. I feel a little resentful after having to spend hours and hours trying to learn how to move backwards in Tekken. It almost feels cheap being able to move so easily forward and backwards, up, down, left, and right. I feel like it's like, man, this feels unearned. So, game is fun, though. I was surprised how much I loved the game. I was super surprised. And it was like Christmas in the Discord. Everyone was playing it. Everyone was talking about it, the things they loved, the things they hated. Such a positive experience. I mean, there's some problems we're going to talk about. But, man, I cannot remember the last time everyone was on the same wavelength. Even Cyborg was, like, playing it and, like, talking about how fun it was. And I was like, this is
I know, and when Cyborg is fucking playing it, it's like... I was surprised.
Yeah, I mean, he's still not getting it, but I'll take the hit. Like, I'll take that trade. Like, I'd rather him play it and enjoy it than have him, like, buy it day one and not dig it. I'll take that trade. Yeah?
This game isn't Smash at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Smasher compared to Tekken. It's a little more smashy. When you look like Tekken 7, but it's still
That's
fun.
fair.
And it's very sophisticated, sometimes in a bad way. But, God, everyone was using a different character. It was just so cool. I was having so much fun. Randy was using Ivy. Dom 4 was using Yoshimitsu. You were using Nightmare and Keelik. I was using Sophidia. Man, I don't remember who Benev was using. Maybe Siegfried? I don't know. I'm sure he'll
Probably some whack-ass character.
Yeah, just, don't hold back now.
No. That's fine. There was a lot of cool characters to play.
Yeah, 15
And
characters for a
that's
beta?
not always the case.
Oh, totally not. Like, it's rare that you have 15 playable characters for a beta. It just never happens.
He was using Keelik. What a bitch. Jesus Christ. I did it again. That's the first time I've done it.
I was like, should I say something? I don't want to be rude.
Down for Reality says that that person we were just talking about, he's Keelik. So, yeah, hella whack. Yes, he was hella whack. What a bitch.
Man, I hope you pick Keelik. I hope you buy the game. I hope you play Keelik. And I hope you're the biggest bitch of the group. That would be so exciting to me. That would make me so happy.
I'm gonna be waving that flag. Dude, I main Damien. Like, I don't know what could be worse than that. Like, if I can find a way to, like, be okay with the character that I'm playing that I really didn't like beforehand, it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna find a way to love Keelik unless he sucks. That's a good question, though.
Well, also
how indicative do you think that thing is going to be on, like, the version of the game that comes out? How similar will they be?
I think it's going to be very similar. I think it's going to be, like, almost unnoticeable in terms of how similar it is.
Does that include, like, balance and all that shit, too, you think?
I think so, at least. I feel like it's too late to change a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, the game went gold, like, 1,000,000 years ago. So,
what the fuck does that even mean anymore? People don't even finish their games when they ship them now. Like, going gold.
To me, I think it means that playable without an update. Like, it won't brick your console without the online connection. That's what I take it to mean.
Well, if that's what going gold means, then... Okay.
So, I don't know. Fuck, it's crazy to me, man. Like,
it's not a bomb.
It's just so weird. First of all, I didn't think I was going to be as competent in the game as I was. I actually performed pretty well. I won about 65% of my matches, which is, I wasn't expecting that. I thought I was going to get bodied. I mean, my character was broke, but everyone's character was broke. There's a lot of strong-ass characters in this game.
Didn't Downfor get bopped by, like, Max or some shit?
I heard it was close. No, it was Max, but I heard it was a really close set.
He got wrecked. I saw it. I know what happened. I was there.
I guess if we're going to start with the bad stuff, I'm going to start very minor from least important to most important. The graphics look really good on the stages, the backgrounds, and, like, the elemental effects are really good. Yeah, those look really good. The characters don't look bad, but they're under-detailed, so they look like souped-up 360 characters to me. They kind of look like PS3 models that are really shiny. Like, I feel like the characters were under-detailed. Tekken, they look kind of like they're approaching photorealism. Not this game. This game looks like 3D anime characters. So that kind of affects the graphical experience a bit for me. What did you think about that?
No, I agree. I said the same thing. Man, I triggered down for a little bit. Dude, you took him. Listen, man, get on his level. Come on, it's fine. Listen, none of us got to go into training mode because there wasn't one. I understand being salty. No, I said it when the game was out. Like, you can look at Soul Calibur and you can see the budget. And I don't mean that as, like, an insult. Like, that's just the way that it is, because it's probably true. The game seems like a super fiscally responsible game, on the development end. You're probably right. Soul Calibur 5. D4. I did it again. That's bad. I can't do that. God, I gotta work on my...
Yeah, I would say, like, even going further, I would say this only looks a little better than Soul Calibur 4 for me. And that's fine, as long as it doesn't look like KOF 14 bad. I'm okay with that. As long as it doesn't look like Wonder Woman IJ1 bad, then I'm okay with that.
No, that's good. But just set up your control. It's a good point.
So, I mean, I'll live. I wish it graphically worked a little better. The backgrounds look great. I love the desert stage. When you're on that giant pillar in the middle of the desert, and all the background looks gorgeous. And you're, like, just on a square pillar. To me, it reminds me of KI1, like some Killer Instinct Cinder shit. That stage looks so good to me.
Yeah.
Like, I normally am not a big fan of daytime stages, but, well, I mean, I just prefer the nighttime stuff. But that is by far my favorite stage.
So edgy.
Well, the worst stage is the shitty green one with, like, the acid theme going. That,
I don't know
it's way too green.
I probably do. Well, it's been a minute.
It's been
just a little bit.
I can add a link.
Are you sending me shit?
Yeah, well, I mean, just go far enough into the video, just to know what the stage looks like, and that's where they are.
I do agree though. Like the stages looked better than I thought the models did, the characters did. But again, I'm not someone who's going to be shitty about that because I get it. That shit's not always,
it's better than nothing. That's my stance. At least in the graphics.
It is, and that's not always like an option that's easily, achievable for developers, depending on, like I said, like the budgets that they have to work with. I get it, and I would much rather the game be as fun to play as that was than just look awesome and, be ass to play, be Smash.
Yeah, well, I mean, Down 4 was talking about the amount of stages. I mean, for me, I normally don't look too far into this stuff, but the stages affect the gameplay in a way that most other fighting games, even 3D games, maybe the exception being Dead or Alive, like in Tekken, the stages are not as important as they are in Soul Calibur. Because Astaroth literally has ring-out strategies. He can literally knock you down and hit you like a hockey puck off the stage. That's important when you have a stage with ring-outs. So 11 stages literally affects the tier list. So, that said, 11 feels kind of low to me. What do you think about that?
I don't disagree, but I don't have a strong opinion on that either. I don't know what the usual standard is, numbers-wise. What's normal for Soul Calibur in terms of stage counts?
That's a good point, too. I don't know traditionally how many they've had in the past, so it's hard for me to even answer that, but I'm sure someone in the chat's going to tell us in a second here, so...
I have not played that much, that many 3D fighting games since this point in history, and I've talked about it a lot. Why? I've not played many 3D fighting games since fucking the 3D Mortal Kombats that I hate so much, and I'm always gonna shit on forever, fucking ever. But man, I was playing some Soul Calibur during this beta, and I was remembering. But the last strong experience I had with a 3D fighting game, besides Castlevania Judgment, I didn't actually play that one, was Mortal Kombat, like the PS2 ones. What were they thinking back then? Why were they just copying all this shit so badly?
Well, that's the thing.
They did, but it always worked better in Soul Calibur. I played Soul Calibur back then too, and it was like it's not even a comparison. It's about like who was doing better, but it just like brought back a little bit of a memory that I'm even more salty about now because I'm older, I've played more video games, I know a little bit more about game development and how the shit works, and I'm just left scratching my head even more. Like, what the fuck were they doing back then? It has nothing to do with Soul Calibur, really, except they were copying off of it. And it's way better. Shocking.
Massively better. Massively faster,
Shocking.
Too, yeah.
Yeah.
Big surprise.
Man, that was fun. When are you going to start talking about the reversal edge shit?
Oh, we'll get there. Well, I guess my final note on that would be, Ed Boon said very explicitly, we were very inspired by Tekken in the 3D era. That's kind of what it sounds like they use that very much as like a still life to kind of imitate at first, and they added their own flavor to it. Thing is, if you're going to fucking borrow from Tekken, make sure to take the dash with you. Make sure to put that into the shopping bag before you go home, because that's really important to Tekken. And that's why those games aren't viable, because movement just sucks. Movement is so bad in Deadly Alliance. So, I mean, if you watch high-level Deadly Alliance, it is like the most scrambly, like lame, like conservative, gross shit you've ever seen. Man, it's bad. So, yeah, that was disappointing. But, I don't know.
I'm sorry for bringing up such a shitty game while we're talking about Soul Calibur.
I think Deception, the walk speed kind of helped Deception a lot, I feel like, but this is a good transition to Reversal Edge, I guess. My thing with Reversal Edge is it's technically balanced, but even that's not true because some characters can cancel the Reversal Edge. That's a big deal. Like Talon. a very strong character already, can go into reversal edge, which is fucking invincible, and then leave it whenever she wants to. So this whole argument of you can sidestep punishment doesn't necessarily apply to her in the same way. And I actually don't mind reversal edge in concept. I defended it before I played the game, saying it's not rock, scissors, paper. People are kind of building a straw man, but it's got a whole other set of problems that I couldn't even begin to understand. It's fully invincible. You can't knock someone out of it without doing a breaker move, which is like, what, 30 frame startup? And you can release the fucking reversal edge anytime you want. So that's a big deal. And granted, you can sidestep it, but here's the thing: if you're sidestepping, then you're not doing your offense. I haven't even like lost my turn yet, and I have to presume to sidestep because you might do a reversal edge. I think that's really bad strategically for the game. What's up?
You use the word presume. It's a good word. You're right. You do.
Yeah, I just I did use it right. I presume I used it right. Yeah. Anyway, yes, indeed.
But it's a great word.
I don't fucking know, man. Like, Flo said it best. Flo said on Ultra Chen that people are saying you can sidestep it so you can blow it up for free. And Flo said you can sidestep BB. Is BB also shit? Is that also a low tier mechanic? No, it's not. That's dumb. Like, if you're sidestepping, that means you're not blocking. So that's bad. All that motherfucker has to do is press A instead of reversal edge, and you're in shit town.
He's not wrong.
And the other problem is it rewards the initiator, which is bad on two levels. A, it rewards the person who wanted to do random shit, which is just not good for the meta by itself. But B, if the initiator wins, which are more likely to win because you can't block them more than once, they get meter, which brings us to the second problem with Soul Calibur 6. The supers are fucking stupid. Man, I don't know. It just they're safe. They're perfect whiff punishers for like most of the characters in the beta, and they have no execution barrier. You can just press a button and you now have a great whiff punisher that you got by stealing meter in your fucking shitty reversal edge mechanic. They're so strong, and they happen all the time. You can do them twice a round. You can't even fucking do like Street Fighter Supers or X-Rays twice a round. It would be extremely difficult. Maybe it's technically possible to do X-Rays twice a round, but you give up a lot of opportunity to do that.
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
If you are.
Not here.
If you are, I'm judging you.
Like, if you block a super, it's a mix-up that they're going to do another super or not. So if you only have like 30% life, that is a scary-ass situation to be in. And some of them have invincibility, so continue?
Yeah, it's not a great argument whenever people try to make one that's like... But it's fair. Like that doesn't like justify a thing. There's a lot of things that are fucking boring as hell. And that kind of works for the shit that I heard a lot of people say about reversal edge and all that shit. Like, the fact that it's not broken isn't like it's not really a justification, dude. It's not it happening the way that it does and like it does and use the way that people are going to use it and are of course going to use it online, whether that's like what the developers expected or not. It's not super fun. It's not terrible. It's not going to break anything, but it doesn't feel that great when you're sitting there playing it for yourself and you have a session going.
I think it's going to make the game very enjoyable from a strategic standpoint. I really feel like this game rewards randomness in a way no 3D fighter should ever do so. And I think it is a little broken because like Ivy's super covers like at least mid-screen, I think. And Taki has invincibility on her super, so you basically can barely press buttons against her when she has meter.
Taki.
Fucking, it's so crazy. But the game is still fun, so I'm going to fight the good fight, and I'm going to let them patch this shit, because I know people are not going to stand for this. I think anyone who's played the game extensively knows that this is going to have a big impact. Not everyone's going to hate it. Some people have gone on record saying they like it. But I just feel like, for me personally, I want to be able to. It's a 3D fighting game, so when I get my turn, I feel like I should be able to use it without having to worry about random situations, especially when there's a meter reward that I think is completely unjustified. This should cost meter 100%, in my opinion. It should cost half a bar. And it also does not favor the cast equally because everyone's got different ranges, right? So if you have a short-range reversal edge and you're fighting Nightmare, do you think Nightmare gives two fucks about your short-range reversal edge? No, he's just going to mid-range you. So, I don't know. I could be wrong about all this, but I don't think I am. I'm still 100% in the game. I still think it's super fun. But
yeah, it is still super fun. But, like, you spent way more time on the game than I did. You watched way more shit about the game than I did, but I still it's still it doesn't matter. Even as much as I was saturated with the game and the amount that I played it, which wasn't a crazy amount, which wasn't a super huge amount. This was still easily the top talking point that I had, and I knew other people were talking about. So if it's like this when the game comes out, the developers aren't really going to be able to avoid it. It's what people kind of care about the most. It's the conversation that always starts up, immediately. I still had fun with the game, same as you.
Agreed, and I think it's a very good game too. I think the game is super fun. I kind of like how cheap it is, honestly. I like that, there's a lot of powerful shit and everyone feels broke. In a way, that's a good thing, but Soul Calibur games have historically been very difficult to balance. There's only one truly balanced Soul Calibur in the history of Soul Calibur, and that's Soul Calibur 2. And that's because I had a very strong arcade run, and they were able to test all this shit. So, yeah.
Arcades.
I hope to see everyone, though. That said, I still think the game is very good. It's still going to be my number one game for months, no matter how shitty it is. I just wish it didn't lend itself to so much randomness. I wish it didn't reward randomness the way it does. Mostly on supers. Reversal edge is bad, but supers are worse in my opinion. Really bad for just trying to develop a strategy. I think it really makes the game not fun. Even if they're not going to break any one character, though. You're right about that. I don't think the way the game's designed, any one character is going to dominate super hard. Ivy has already been nerfed, I think, for the Prologue tournament from when the beta version was out, so that's a good sign, but yeah, I guess my final words are just, I hope everyone sticks with it. I hope everyone buys it and sticks with it. I hope to see you October 19th, but even more importantly, I hope to see you guys December 10th even more. So, yeah.
That is definitely true. People come back after Red Dead. Play the game. Man, it's a problem, dude.
I will leave the light on for you guys. Just, the door's always open. Please come back.
I'm not going to call Red Dead a problem because I am super hyped for Red Dead, as a lot of fucking people are. It's going to be fucking huge, dude. But I don't like that it kind of has to... The Soul Calibur has to contend with it. That's less fun. I am going to get the game. I'm going to play the game. Whether that's whether I pick it up day one before Red Dead comes out, or maybe after Red Dead, I've played that for a while. That might be the way I go, actually. But then that's gonna suck too, because I'll be behind. Oh god.
I don't know. I will technically own Red Dead, but I'm not gonna play it until I play the first one, which is gonna be a while.
The game's gonna be sick.
I believe it, and I look forward to hearing everyone talk about it.
You don't sound like you're looking forward to it.
It's going to be exciting.
I'm just going to tell you.
We're all going to have a good time.
Look, Red Dead 1, easily, I've said it a billion times and I keep saying it, it was my favorite game for last gen. It wasn't even, it wasn't close. Loved Red Dead 1. Still love it. I played it not too long ago. I hope that Red Dead 2 can be at half that good. And I think it will be at least half that good. So, I'm looking forward to it. But I want to play Soul Calibur 2.
I want you to play Soul Calibur as well.
It'll happen. It's just gonna be a thing, because it's probably gonna be that other case where I don't really start playing it until a little bit after Red Dead, and so there's going to be like the catch-up thing. But, you know, if I can still poke people with Keelik and just do crazy fun shit, yeah, it'd be fine.
Yeah, we got a stupid diverse roster of characters. The way everyone's choosing the characters is crazy right now. It's like the only overlap I think is Downfor and Ishii. They're the only ones I know of who are using the skin character. And maybe you and Benev, but I think he defaulted to Keelik. I want to say he uses someone else, maybe Astaroth. I don't know. I think Astaroth though.
Who's playing Valdo?
Smokeman.
That makes sense.
It does make sense.
It does. That adds up.
Yeah, but I don't know if you can get the game day one, so that's another big we'll see. All right, well, I actually have a little less time than I thought because my balcony furniture is blowing over because of the storm coming. But that's cool, though. There's really only two more news points I wanted to cover, and one that we're not going to cover because we don't have time. We'll have to get till next time. All
right.
The one we're not going to cover is the Marvel 4 rumors. That Marvel Infinite will be rebranded as Marvel 4, and they're going to include like a million versions of Psylocke, but not really. That's a rumor. I've gone on record saying
that's not a rumor. The billion version of Psylocke. Yeah, I made that part up. Psylocke's part. Well, I have not heard that.
She's part of the rumor list, along with Cable and stuff like that, and Cyclops. But okay, I could be wrong about Cable. But anyway, like I said, if they put Psylocke in the game, I go on record. I will buy you a copy of Marvel 4 Infinite Part X. I will buy you that shit, and we will.
If they put that game out with, you know, X-Men characters, you won't need to buy me a copy of that shit.
That's good news.
But I hope it's true, and it's not the most far-fetched thing in the world since that shit's going to be done with the legal shit by January or sometime in January. So, I mean, it's not that far-fetched, honestly. It can happen.
I feel like I need to do something to make it a win-win. So I've set it up so if I don't get Psylocke, that means I saved like $60. So, because that's part of the rumor. The rumor isn't that this is an update. The rumor is hinting that this is a brand new game. They're making a new game that is going to be like an Ultimate Marvel. That's implied, not explicit in the rumor. But Maximilian was thinking like it sounds like they're just making a brand new game with the assets and trying to just forget Marvel Infinite ever happened. That's what it sounds like is going on.
And I mean, that's fine. Even if it's just like a big, like, even if it is just a dramatic update of Infinite and kind of a retweaking of the of shit, rebalancing, and along with new characters and making it look better, getting rid of fucking Captain America and Dante's face, shit like that. I mean, that's already going to be a big deal. Along with, you know, actual MVC characters like Doctor Doom and Magneto and Psylocke and Sentinel and Wolverine. Jesus Christ. I hope it happens.
Well, I've put my cards on the table. Before we move on to the next point, is there one character you want to see more than anyone else?
Daredevil was in that list, that rumor.
Interesting. I didn't know that, actually.
That sounds cool. Daredevil in a Marvel game sounds pretty fucking cool.
Well, I'm a sucker for pretty colors, so if they get the shade of red right, that could be the sickest shit on earth.
They could get a red one. They could get the old school yellow and black one. Or was it yellow and red? I don't know.
No, I think you're right. I think it was definitely yellow, because I've read Daredevil yellow. It was good.
It was definitely yellow. I just don't remember if it was yellow and black or yellow and red.
I think it might have been black, dude, but I'm not sure. Not 100%
Whatever.
Anymore.
Either way. Man, but I would also want something a little something new. To go with the something.
I agree. I would like something like Moon Knight or some shit like that. I think
Moon Knight would be sick. Listen, I don't know if people have really picked up on this because it's subtle. I really like Thor shit. So, you know, if they added like Beta Ray Bill or Heimdall or Valkyrie or Odin, that might be kind of cool. I might be kind of cool with that. Even Loki, I would be pretty happy.
I think Loki has a strong chance. I think those other jobbers you mentioned have no chance of being in the game.
Well, none of those other people are jobbers because they're sick as hell, but that's fine. If they put if they put MCU Heimdall in that game, that would be pretty cool. Idris Elba, like, come on, dude. Give him the fucking Ragnarok dreads and the cape and that giant... I'm in.
Yeah, that was some cool alternate costume shit. That was one of my favorite parts about Thor Ragnarok, actually.
He was sick.
There's only one character I think who is in for free if this happens.
Beta Ray Bill would be hype as hell, said down forality. I saved it that time. Beta Ray Bill would be hype as hell.
I was going to say a Silver Surfer is in for free if they end up doing this. And I think that could... I'm going to say on record, I think this is very possible. But I don't know.
What's your percentage? What do you think?
I think it's 20% chance. That something will happen. Not that the leak is true. A 20% chance that they're going to rebrand and re-release the game with better content. After that, I have no idea.
I think it's a 50-50. I don't think it's more than a 50-50. I think it's a 50-50.
That's fair.
It could go either way.
That reminds me,
I don't know how hype I would
actually.
be for Silver Surfer, though.
Speaking of more than a 50-50, they revealed that Inferno's occupying one of the 3 blank slots for Soul Calibur 6. So
I saw that.
That leads me to believe that there's more credence to the Huang and Lizardman theory than we thought. Because now the DLC slots don't match up anymore. So this game has a really small roster right now, so we really need those 2 to be in. So everyone, like, raise your hands in the air for a fucking spirit bomb so Akubo can put these characters in. Because this is going to be very important for the game, in my opinion at least. And important for me. I planned on fucking playing Lizard Man. I picked him. He was going to be my tertiary character, Actress Ophelia. So it breaks my heart that he's probably not going to be in. But it went from being like a 2% chance to like a 50% chance. So it's a pure coin flip now. And we can't do 2 games without a male Korean. That style's too important. But that's all I got on that. Continue. I'm sorry.
No. Isn't this? It's Soul Calibur that's gonna have Witcher guy, right?
Yes, correct.
Because I always get him and Negan mixed up with who's gonna be in which game. Because neither of them makes that much sense. Except for Witcher. Witcher's kind of okay. The other one just kind of fucks with my brain. It's pure chaos.
The Japanese Grand Finals with Witcher versus Maxi was so good last night. If you haven't watched it, everyone watch it, please.
See it. I didn't see it.
It was the prologue tournament in Japan. So good. But,
I don't know. My brain went somewhere. What was I going to say? I forgot what it was. I don't know. Go ahead.
The only other point I had was we'll have to wait for the Echo Fox stuff. Echo Fox fired a lot of their players, including Punk, Theo. I think there's a couple of other Injustice guys.
Shit.
And their whole Tekken crew was released. JDCR is now unsponsor. So
were they caught doing something nefarious?
No, they just were like financially. We reviewed our finances, and these guys have to go. They were just laid off.
Damn.
Yeah, they're just making cuts. So.
Well, I mean, times is hard.
Scar's the other one. My bad. He's a Texas Treasure too. I can't believe I forgot Scar.
A treasure.
Yeah, that guy's good, dude. Like he was debatably one of the top 3 MKX players. Debatably, but that's another story.
That's what it was. Inferno. Yeah. Just when I saw that, I'm a super casual, so I was like. Ooh, Blaze, no!
Man, I wish it was Blaze. He turned his ass into corrupt Shinnok, man. Fuck. I love the Blaze version. Like, I am so tired of the fucking devil treatment. Gargos, Shinnok, and now fucking Inferno. I'm so tired of this fucking design. Anyway.
You're right. They need to adopt something new. What's a non-devil demon look? Blaze, no, don't adopt Blaze. That's stupid.
Inferno Blaze looks fucking sick, dude. Hold on, typing.
When I say Blaze, I mean like the fat Cinder.
Oh, no, this guy is very lean.
I'm talking about Mortal Kombat Armageddon Fat Cinder at the top of the ladder.
Well, let's see. Let me get a picture for you, bro. Let me find something for you.
You gonna send me a picture of Fat Cinder?
No.
It's probably out there.
That's the Blaze I wanted, dude. That's the Soul Calibur 1 Blaze. I think he looks...
Oh, okay. Well, see, that's fine. That looks a little bit more like normal Cinder.
It's amazing that in, 2001, we had that, and in 2006, Blaze looked so fucking bad. But anyway, neither here nor there.
He actually looks oddly a lot like Iron Galaxy's Cinder.
Yeah, which I like
a
too.
new
I
Cinder.
thought Modern Cinder looked very good.
Hold up, what's fucking down? Down. Sorry,
No,
Discord's
you're
talking
good.
to me. I wish Discord would stop talking to me. Okay, it does look cool. Yeah. I'm sorry that all these bosses look the same, dude.
Yeah, I think the devil look is not that great anyway. The only time recently it's been done right is when they did the whole Tenacious D thing for Shinnok. So, like, that looked okay, but that's about it, man. Gargos was the worst. I'm not even going to open that fucking can of worms. I hate what they did to Gargos. Fuck that design.
With this splitting his head? No, wait.
No.
I'm thinking of Idol. Gargos, yes.
Fuck,
I
man.
agree.
I'm in a good mood.
well-
Let's not talk about Gargos.
I mean, old school Gargos looked kind of like, he was kind of just like a fat gargoyle, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I like that. I love Cheeseburger Gargoyle. Like, that's so tight to me. He looked good. He had that sick ass music. Like he was like a goblin. It worked.
I would have preferred like a tankier gargoyle rather than like what we got. The tall, demony. Like, you don't have to be fat gargoyle, but be like,
I think he does have to be fat. And if they were so against the fat thing, why did they take an originally like slender character, not slender, but like lean character, like Idol, and give him a fucking beer gut? Like, I'm like, what? So Gargos can't be fat, but Idol can be as fat as he fucking wants? What kind of bullshit is this?
Yeah, they kind of gave Idol like that, like Japanese sort of demon, like beer gut.
Yeah, he looks like an Oni, but fuck, come on, man.
If they would have taken Gargos and made him like, Batman the Animated Series, like beefy, stocky, like old Batman. When Bruce Wayne gets super old, make him like that. Not fat, but just really, really fucking wide and beefy.
I thought you can go for wide and beefy.
Usually, I agree. The big, the devil demon look, it's not bad, but it has been really overdone by everybody recently.
I don't think it looked that good to begin with. I can't think of my favorite demons. Like maybe Tim Curry from Legend. Even that's not very good. Like fucking, I don't, the whole like generic devil look just isn't my thing, dude. Fucking, which is weird because I'm like the biggest Doom fan, but. Well, we're actually shorter on time than I thought. My balcony furniture is getting bodied like 10-0 outside by the wind.
No, that was at my house at the beginning of this podcast. That's what happened.
Yeah,
now it's just making its way down to you.
I have
Go
like
fucking save yourself.
Cigar ashtray that that's probably like all over my windows right now. But anyway, so yes, questions. Real quick, the only thing I was going to talk about was Street Fighter lag fix, but we'll talk more about that when it comes through. And we'll test it. But that is good news, though. Do you have any final thoughts on that before we question it up?
I don't think so.
All right, cool. Well, more on that to come for sure.
Okay, what's up next here?
The questions, but I don't know where to start.
Up. There was, I feel like there was a good start somewhere. I just have to find it.
I can't remember.
That's old as hell. We got through all the old shit.
I think we start on September. No, October 2nd, I think, is when we start.
I think you're right. I think that's what it was. Yep. I remember getting asked that because
go on.
That. No, I just remember posting after that. So yeah, that's where it starts. What do you want to?
Well, Randy, one of the questions we got September 24th was from Randy Cool, and he said, "What do you think of the Skullomania and SNK Heroines rumor?" I was like, "It's probably fucking bullshit." They confirmed it the next day or something.
Yeah,
it got confirmed. It's whatever. I mean, if I would have done Blair, or I would have done is it Hakudo? I don't know, someone who's not Skullomania. I would have done one of the women for SNK Heroines. I still don't get. Okay, I wouldn't buy it anyway. But how do you make an SNK Heroines game and not put in King? What the fuck is wrong with you? There's so many or Mature. How's Mature not in there? Fuck that game. That's a stupid piece of shit. I don't even want to talk about it. But props to Randy. I was wrong. I gotta hold that. It is what it is.
Oh yeah, that's one of those things that you don't feel good when you're right about it. Yeah. like, oh man, I was right. Awesome. No, this is weird and sucks. But hey, Japan likes it, so cool.
Q&A.
Landomac asks, Yo Django, which game is better, Batman Arkham Asylum or Spider-Man 2018? There is a definitive answer to this question, and it's not a long one. Arkham Asylum is better. Arkham Asylum is better than Spider-Man 2018, I feel, but Spider-Man 2018 is a much better Arkham game than Arkham Knight by far. And I probably like Spider-Man 2018 a little more than Arkham City as well. But I think Batman Arkham Asylum is the best of all these games we're discussing in this little thing here. Arkham Asylum was just a really well-designed game. It was not bloated, it was tight, everything existed for a specific purpose and reason. Level design was front and center, and it was just a well-executed game. Very good game. Do you have any thoughts about that?
Zero. I haven't played Spider-Man yet. I love Arkham City. I love Arkham Asylum. I think Arkham City is kind of a bill. So, no, that's all I got.
Yeah, it could go either way. They're different. Arkham Asylum is kind of like... Arkham Asylum is a Metroidvania in a lot of the ways, and the other two games aren't as much. They're kind of different. You have not played Spider-Man. I was going to go into this big long talk about the Spider-Man patch notes, but I guess I won't do that now. I'm kidding. I wasn't going to do that. I could, but I'm not going to.
We're at least 18 months away. At least 18 months away from Spider-Man. It's not going to be any time soon.
What was... Okay, that was Lando Mac's question. What are your thoughts on Street Fighter 4 versus Street Fighter 5? I mean, my thoughts are I just can't look at Street Fighter 4 anymore, and I refuse to do it. I can't do it. I just got so burned out on that game because that game... Well, I mean, that game was out when there was like the giant lull in fighting games. And that was one of the first ones to start trying to pick it up again in Mortal Kombat 9, and there's a couple more Japanese, but really, there was a lull there, so... We saw a lot of Street Fighter 4. Just so much of that game. It lasted... It felt like 2 console generations, but it wasn't, but it felt like it. But that's just... I'm just burned out on seeing it, so I don't want to see it. What do you think?
You see, there's a hidden question here. Because it depends on what he means. If he's asking me, do I like the style of Street Fighter 4 better versus the style of Street Fighter 5, then I have one answer. But if he's asking me, what do I like better, the final version of Street Fighter 4 or the current / final version of Street Fighter 5 we're playing now? And the answers are wildly different. So it's a very good question, but I gotta make sure I answer it properly.
What is the final version of Street Fighter 4? You're talking about Street Fighter,
it's Ultra Street Fighter.
Omega or whatever that was?
Well, Omega was a side mode where they made all the characters broken, and you can just play for the fun of it. And they kind of used that as a Street Fighter 5. It was fun. That was cool. No one played it. Like there was no tournament scene for it.
Lame.
So
fuck Street Fighter.
Yeah.
No. Gotcha. What's your answer? Go for it.
I'll try to make this super quick. If we're going philosophically, I'm going to say I like Street Fighter 4 more, just because pokes are much more viable. I feel like the mid range was just better, and I feel like it did resource management worse, or it did it better except for ultras. Like, I like the FADC, I don't like ultras. I feel like ultras were grossly unnecessary. And it's one of those things where it just didn't equally favor the cast. But I like the idea of having multiple ultras or using both at a penalty. I think stuff like that was cool. But on paper, I like Street Fighter 4 more. And my favorite Street Fighter game of all time will always be Street Fighter 4 version 2012. That's when I thought the game was most balanced. That's when I thought they had the healthiest amount of style versus competitiveness. I thought that was really done very well in the 2012 edition. That's when Rose was the most interesting to me. I thought she got a little too powerful in Ultra. So Street Fighter 4 Ultra, mostly because poking was so viable, and I feel like jumping was so weak in Street Fighter 4, at least comparatively. There were characters who could jump. Honda had very good hitboxes in Chocolate Super. I can't say Vanilla Super because that doesn't make any sense. But in Super Street Fighter 4, regular, there's viable jumping characters, but I feel like jumping's so strong in Street Fighter 5. And just active frames. I mean, you can jab anti-air for cross-ups, but it's a really weird meta. So on paper, I like Street Fighter 4 a lot more. Although there's things I like better in Street Fighter 5. But if you're asking me what I would rather play, which is Street Fighter 5 current patch versus the final version Ultra Street Fighter 4 for previous gen, unquestionably Street Fighter 5. I think Ultra Street Fighter 4 is horrible. I hate that game. There were just too many characters, and there were too many styles. There was too many, if you don't know how to fight this character, you're just dead. Like Decapre, you don't know how to fight Decapre, guess what? You're fucking dead. Poison had everything. Hugo wasn't super good, but again, if you don't know how to fight him, you're just, like, you can't deal. And there's already so many grapplers. There's so much... there was too much shit, which is why I hope Season 4 Street Fighter 5 is going to be the final season. I hope they're done after this. Just, continue to balance and refine the game once a year, and we're good. So unquestionably, I would rather play Ibuki in Street Fighter 5 than play Rose in Ultra Street Fighter 4, just without a doubt. No question. However, I do like and I do miss Street Fighter 4 2012. But I think Super Street Fighter 4 was really balanced as well. I think Vanilla was cool, but had problems. AE was garbage. I love the Yin and Yang. I think they should be in 5, honestly. I think it's kind of a blow up. They're not in 5. But AE was horrible balance-wise. 2012 was great. I don't even remember what was after 2012, but Ultra was trash. So ultimately, modern-day fighting games, I have to pick Street Fighter 4 because no one is going to play 2012 with me. So that's your answer. Good question, though.
Teb, you're a hero. You know that?
I try.
That was such a thorough, genuine answer. And, honestly, I just would have said Third Strike. But...
I don't know how to play Third Strike because it's too hard and no one taught me. So I can't play Third Strike.
No one taught me either. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in that game, but it's fun. It's cool. And it's fun cool. There's Akuma and there's fucking Oro. Cool game.
Hey, man, I bought my anniversary collection, so if you want to throw basketballs, you just got to give me a time and a place, brother.
Oh, man.
Set yourself up for that shit.
Don't talk to me about fucking Sean.
You know where to find him if you want to play him, man.
Tornay? Yeah. I like Sean. I don't like his fucking retcon sister. What? Okay, listen. We answered that question. Tim did. He did a great job.
I lived those years. That was my introduction.
I know.
Yeah,
you were there.
Super Turbo. Holy shit! No, I almost said the wrongest thing ever. Super Street Fighter 4 was when I actually started getting good at fighting games. That's when I actually learned what high level play meant and how to actually use the mechanics properly and not jump like an idiot. Although I still jump like an idiot sometimes. So I lived those years. They still have a very strong place in my heart. So it's like yesterday that I was still waiting for AE to come to console. So yeah, it's very close to my heart.
I really like our listeners because Lando Mac begins his next question by specifying he's just asking Timp.
I like it.
He's not asking me, and that's the right way to go. he says this guy's smart. So I'll ask you, Timp. Whenever, if ever, Tekken Cross Street Fighter comes out, if you could pick the first 10 characters to be in the game for each series, who would they be?
I can't give you 10. That's too many. I can't list out 20 characters. I was not aware of this question. If I had a little more time, I could give you a more comprehensive answer. But I can give you 5, though.
Okay, that's good.
So... if we're doing Tekken first, I'm going to say my 5 are going to be Lei Wulong. He's my main officially now that he's out. Lars, he was my main, but now Lei is out, but I still like Lars a lot. Asuka, who, although not one of my favorite characters, I think she's unquestionably one of my best characters. And in many ways, I learned the game on Asuka. So I feel like that style is very much a part of me now. After that, I put in Elisa just because I think she's a good compliment to Lars, and I really like that poke kind of.
Chloe.
Oh no.
Definitely Chloe.
No.
Akuma.
I can taste my own stomach
He's the fifth Tekken character.
I would take Chloe over Akuma, frankly, but that's me. Akuma's not even going to make my Street Fighter list.
I know, you fucking Harrison. You're no fun.
No, I've never been known for fun. But number 4, would I pick Elisa? Yeah, I picked Elisa. Number 5 would be Heihachi, especially since his voice actor passed away. I feel like, just to honor that character, I feel like he has to be in there. And he's such an important character too. And even though I'm not a lore guy, like the ending of Tekken made me choke up fucking hard. Like, man,
God,
sad shit. It's double sad now that the voice actors passed. So,
okay,
yeah, I'm a super weeb when it comes to that shit. But so that's my Tekken list. Just to recap, we got Lei, Lars, Asuka, Elisa, Heihachi,
and the journalist.
And the dude, I'd play journalist. Journalist is fucking hype, dude. Buffed out journalist.
Said no one ever. I wish he was hype.
Yeah,
he did not give a shit about what was going on.
that honestly, dude, that voice acting was one of my favorite things in a Tekken game like ever. I laughed. I had so many good laughs. That fucking.
And Heihachi killed Akuma, and Akuma killed Heihachi. I thought this was strange, but I went ahead anyway.
I thought it was strange, but it wasn't strange, but it may have been strange. It's fucking fantastic. I never thought losing my wife and kids would have been just so fucking. I don't know.
I believe that he never thought about that or anything.
Oh man! So for Street Fighter V, again, I'll try to make this quick. This is going to be mostly. This is really just a list of characters I've played competitively. Minus one, and I'll get to them. First one is Rose. Rose is like my Street Fighter character. I didn't even really want to main her, but she gels so much with my inherent style of play when it comes to fighting games that I don't think I'll ever not be able to main Rose if she's in the game.
This Street Fighter list is about to suck. I'm really worried right now.
Oh, well, it's not going to get better for you, like maybe ever. So I don't think you like any of these people.
You're not going to pick any Street Fighter characters for the Street Fighter list.
And then Ibuki.
Did you say Rose?
I picked Rose for my number 1, yeah.
Oh, God damn it. Bad start already.
Oh, I think it's worse. Ibuki is my second one. I made Ibuki in 5, and that character is ridiculously just fantastic mobility. I feel like she's kind of designed in a way where she bypasses a lot of the bullshit of Street Fighter V. And God, she has one feature.
By that you mean she's not a Street Fighter character? I would agree.
No, not even a little bit. She
doesn't play Street Fighter.
She can literally fly. It's great. So Ibuki is also in there. She's my number 2. I love those 2 characters. Number 3 is actually officially, in terms of the lore, my favorite Street Fighter character, and that's Yang. I love Yang. That's why I wanted to pick Third Strike Up, so I could learn Yang, but...
Oh, Yang of Yun and Yang?
Yes, the twin.
Yep. Okay.
Officially, he is my favorite Street Fighter character.
That's fair. I won't talk shit about that one.
If I was smart enough to play him, I'd probably play him instead of Rose, but I'm not, so it's going to be forward roundhouse all day. After that is Yoon, not really because I love the character, although Yoon is cool, but just because he has to be there. He has to be there. And then finally, I'm going to get blown up for this answer, but you gotta have her. It's Chun-Li, who I mained in vanilla Street Fighter V.
Oh boy!
I played the character, and she's so much fun. And in a Tekken game, Chun-Li would be so sick. She's already a poke character, so in a Tekken context, I think she'd be ridiculously. But that's my list. So that's pretty much all I got.
How many Shotos were on that list?
0.
Yep.
One day, someday.
I thought it was Tekken Cross Street Fighter, but maybe I was wrong. Okay. It's fine. That game's not going to have it anyway.
All right, what's our next question, sir? Take us. Oh, good question, by the way, but good stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty okay. Chrome asks, Temp and Django, okay. Following the above, the chances for Mortal Kombat vs. Street Fighter becoming a thing might be getting better if there are any. How do you envision it, and where and what compromises need to be made? This is a giant question. This question is so big, you know, you could tell like 6 Yo Mama jokes. It's compromises would need to be made, and I think it would be really interesting though, and I kind of want to see it now more than I ever have before. A lot of people don't have that opinion, but I've always like, well, not always. I usually get where they're coming from when they ask those sorts of questions, but I think there's a really interesting game to be made there. Not an easy one though. It'd be difficult to balance both the MK and Street Fighter of it all, but it could be done. I think it could be done well, and I think both sides would probably benefit from it. But man, going into like specifics of how and what and where and why would be something. How do you feel, Tim?
I think people are going to be surprised. I think it's inevitable. I do believe it will happen, but when it does happen, it's going to be a mobile game. That's what I think people are not ready for. It will come about, but it's not going to be an Evo fighter. It's not going to be part of a competitive circuit. It's going to be like a side, like, look what we did. Because that's in this day and age, that is the easiest way to get past the blood and gore without pissing everyone off, is if you make it like a side bonus game. And I know that sounds unlikely, given that, you know, the properties are very expensive, and it would take a lot of handshakes to make this happen. But I think that's the only way it could happen, and I think they both know they'd make money off of it. And the odds just got way lower. My prediction was Capcom's financial situation was getting so bad, they weren't going to have a choice. MK12 was going to be Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat. It wasn't even up to them. They wouldn't even get to make the game. They would just sign the paperwork and wait, just like the rest of us, till it came out for E3. That's what I thought was going to happen. No one predicted Monster Hunter World would save Capcom, and now Capcom's like on top of the mountain again. So that's a weird reality we live in. But that's the situation at this time. I think what will happen is like a bonus game, or is like a indie-sized like love letter to the fans. And I imagine it's probably going to play... I imagine it's going to be closer to Street Fighter, because Mortal Kombat does not have a signature form of movement. It changes every game. So if you want to be recognizable, you got to make it feel like Super Turbo with Mortal Kombat characters, or no one's going to know what the fuck they're looking at. They just... MK9 and MKX both feel completely different, and they both feel different from MKCC, which feels different from Mortal Kombat Armageddon. So I feel like you have to make it play like Street Fighter, because otherwise you have to make it play like MKX. They won't do MK9. Like, they're not even interested in making another game that looks and acts like MK9, because I don't think aesthetically they like the way they did not like the way movement looked in MK9. And no one wants to play MKX versus Street Fighter. No one fucking wants to play that game. No one wants to get 50-50'd by fucking Makoto. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a mobile game. I think it's going to sell really well. And maybe, who knows after that? Maybe they'll build a good relationship, and we'll see a real game down the future. But I don't know. Well, here's what I do know. One studio is going to make the game. I don't know which one. But if it becomes like a AAA budget game, it's going to be NetherRealm, not Capcom. That's my theory. That's all I got. That's my take.
I agree with a lot of that, but not all of it. I don't think it'll be a mobile game. I think the most fiscally responsible and fiscally attractive way to go about that game right now would probably be, and I think it'd probably be the way to make the game work best. As far as from like a PR standpoint, would be to make it like Mortal Kombat 2 versus Street Fighter 2, and it's that size of a game. It is like a smaller arcade type feeling. It's like on purpose, like it tries to feel like that shit.
I feel like, I agree with that.
And so it's not a full, like, $60 title, and it doesn't, and it really shouldn't be. And it doesn't have, like, a giant roster and all this shit. And I think that that's probably the best way to go about it. Because if you're not capitalizing on 90s nostalgia with those two fighting games, fighting each other, then you're doing it wrong. Like, that's what this is. That has always been, and that's what people like most about both of those games. And that's the way to do it. But not make it, I'm not saying make it like something fucking weird, like Street Fighter, the movie, the game. Don't do that. And don't, a lot of people talk a lot about fucking the violence and blood and whatever, and I've never been someone that thinks that's super important for Mortal Kombat.
I agree. I would get rid of it, actually. I hate it.
I think it's an aesthetic, a window dressing, but it's not as crucial, because if it was crucial, then there wouldn't be that much going for that series. I don't think that series would still be around this many years later. So I think they could scale back a little bit on that and have it be as bloody or violent as, like, Injustice. And Injustice has some pretty solid violence in it. You don't need that much, though. And also go back and incorporate that kind of game, because no, people don't want to play Mortal Kombat X versus whatever, like, go for that super nostalgic 90s arcade shit that everybody liked about these two, and back when people started talking about, man, wouldn't it be cool if... Go back and do that. And, probably make it 4 buttons, I would assume. Make it 4 buttons, and maybe back to block. I don't know. Have some fun with that, but that's going to take some work. That's going to take some trial and error. It's hard to talk about that in theory.
See, I was thinking the opposite. I was thinking put in a block button, but make it 6 buttons. That's what I was thinking.
You could. Yeah. You could. And I would want to try it both ways. Like, if I worked with those developers that were doing this hypothetical thing, that's what I would do. I would. There's
a lot of buttons now that I think about it. That's 7 buttons you have to constantly.
It's a lot of buttons.
Yeah.
I would prototype that shit, and get together a bunch of them, because you can do that. Do some rapid prototyping and see what feels best in practice. And you can find something that feels good and it feels faithful to both. And it's absolutely the most important thing for that game to be fun. If it's not balanced amazing, that's not the biggest priority, in my opinion. That game would just have so much other baggage coming along with it that if you have to prioritize something, prioritize the fun and prioritize the nostalgia and all that shit. And after that, do what you can and do your best to make it fair and balanced and feel good and whatnot. But make sure that those other things are there first. That's what I think. And I think it's not, I think the odds are probably better for it happening now than it ever has been.
Well,
I would like to see it.
I will say this much. I think your idea is the best way to do it. I think that's what would happen if Capcom was behind the wheel. But the problem is, NetherRealm's going to be like Capcom. Until you can prove to us that you can sell more than 2 million units before the end of a fiscal year for a fighting game, we're not going to hand you anything until you show us the money that you can even make it possible. This isn't Monster Hunter, bitch. So if NetherRealm developed it, I can't see them going that direction. Though you're right, that's what they should do. NetherRealm's gonna, like, I don't know, hire, like, Steve Blum and fucking, yeah.
When you say NetherRealm, you're talking about Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
And Warner Brothers is definitely gonna have to be, like, they're gonna be the dude sitting there in the corner that's, like, with their arms crossed, being like, convince me. And Warner Brothers gonna be like, who are you guys again? And Ed's like, come on, man. It's Ryu and Kid and Chun-Li, dude. Come on. Like, this makes sense. This is logical. And Warner Bros. Is going to be like, I don't fucking... How much money have you made? Who are you guys again? Capcom. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Has anyone else done this recently that makes a lot of money? No? Oh, well, If someone hasn't made this exact product before, I don't know if we can really get on board with this. That's going to be what Warner Brothers does. But maybe, if Ed Boon is really into an idea, and it wouldn't just be an idea at that point, it would have to be a prototype or a demo of some sort. If he's really on board with it, and so were Capcom, then I think they could make it happen with Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers is like the big, fucking fat asshole in the room that is the person that has to be convinced, though. Boy, they're the problem with everything, ever. Always.
Yeah, it's Monster Hunter was the biggest... here's what I thought was going to happen. Capcom was going to hit financial bottom, and WB was just going to, buy them out. That's what I thought. They're just going to get the IP somehow and make it happen their own way, and they can rip off Chun-Li's head off as much as they want. That's what I figured was going to happen.
I mean, listen, I've watched some Street Fighter animes that had some violence going on. It wouldn't be that far-fetched. But I'm not saying that but then again, I don't want to see that. I don't really want to see Chun-Li without her head.
Yeah, I agree. I don't even want to see Ermac without his head. I'm tired of the blood, man. It's the fucking gimmick is... Anyway, yeah, I mean, this is a good question. Thanks for the question, Chrome, but that's probably something we'll have to revisit again.
It will be. And yeah, like you said, Capcom does have more options now than they did a year ago and 2 years ago, especially. I think they finally figured out what nostalgia means in English. And so they're just if people want to buy old games again and again, we can do that. We can do Remake and Remake 2, and we can re-release Onimusha. We can make a new Mega Man game. These are not... they're not crazy ideas from our perspective, but I think it's taken Japan a little bit to figure out what nostalgia is. I'm not sure if they were as into it as we are. But it works. They can sell it, obviously. I mean, Monster Hunter wasn't a nostalgia fest, but still, most of their other games coming out of Capcom right now are nostalgia-oriented. I
think it filled a very important void. I don't think anyone had a really strong open world in the console market right now that I was aware of. I can't think of any, at least.
You're probably right. I mean, there's Grand Theft Auto, I guess, but Grand Theft Auto is the most profitable piece of media in the history of the planet.
In Grand Theft Auto, though? The way you grind in Monster Hunter?
No. I don't think so.
I think that's the difference.
Probably kill people and take their money.
People wanted a true RPG. Yeah, well, it depends on if you can kill them over and over again, maybe. But
yeah, I don't think there was other RPG with that scale, open world.
Yeah, I think that they filled a very important. The timing was just so perfect on that game.
Man, open world Dark Souls, don't do it, or do it. I don't know. You remember there was a game called Scalebound?
No.
It got canceled. It was so weird to me because Devil May Cry, the new one, looks a lot like Scalebound to me every time I see it. It makes me suspicious. I'm probably just full of shit. Did we answer that question? I think we did.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good answer. And I think that answer will change. Give us a few months. There's definitely more developments to come.
I would love to see it. I would love to see it happen. I'm not one of those people. I'd rather someone try and fail than for it not to try. But that's not always awesome, especially with Capcom, because recently, if they had any big fails that came at them, hard fails, that might have put them in that bankruptcy place. So they couldn't really afford a big fail.
They can now, and I think they intend to fail very big this time.
Yep.
We'll see how
Thanks to Mega Man 11, they are doing fine. Everybody go buy it right now. What is the next one? Cartoon. You can say his name.
Cartuthalo?
You got it. Yeah, man. You said it right. That's it. You're so good at that. You should do it every time.
I can do it. I practiced. Cartuthalo.
Do it.
Oh, the whole question. Oh, wow, you want me to read everything?
Yeah, dude, if you're
I'm not
reading his
good at
name,
this.
you gotta read the whole question.
So hard. Temp, out of all the characters they have revealed for DOA 6 so far, are you most interested in and least interested in? And is a character you're looking forward to seeing get revealed? All right, I had to read that fast because I'm not good at this. There's actually I'll break it into 3 categories. What character do I think looks the coolest? What character has the best new design? And what character do I plan to main? I'll reverse that order. What character I think I plan to main is Helena. I just lore-wise and design-wise, I always thought Helena was super cool. I like the Sans shit, even though I'm very bad at it. She's kind of like Asuka meets Xiao Yu or Ling Xiao Yu. Like that's kind of how that character's designed. Only she's super white. So that's probably who I've always wanted to main, but I've never been competent enough at the games to make it work. So I end up using Kasumi a lot more, but I don't want that to be the case this time. Even though Kasumi looks great in this game, she has some of the best combos. I would argue she probably has some of the best looking combos in fighting game history. That's my opinion. But yeah, so who I want to main is Helena. Then there's who has the best new design, by far Tina. Tina looks like a fucking beast in this game. The sleeveless trench coat, like almost like the circus ringleader look, it looks so badass to me. But I will never use that character because I don't like grappling. And what character I think looks the coolest? I want to say Ayane. I mean, I've always thought that character was interesting. I've always lamented that I never had a chance to really lab the character. But it's going to be different this time. If this game has a tag mode, I can't even remember if it does or not. But if it does, Ayane is going to be without doubt my second character. So Helena and Ayane are going to be my duo. I just think Ayane looks fucking sick in this game. Not even just the costume. I still think Tina has the best primary in this game. But I just think gameplay-wise, Ayane looks super cool. Love the new design. So yeah, and I'm still excited for the game. I don't know if I'll ever have a chance to play it, unfortunately, but I still think the game looks super cool. So yeah, I'm hoping there's competition when I get there, and I hope I'm competitive when I get there. So those are my thoughts on DOA 6 characters.
DOA.
Good question, by the way. I wish we got more DOA questions. I honestly do, but I feel like we just don't have that kind of audience.
I think we will. I think it'll go more and more.
It's a super appreciated Cartuthalo.
Yes, it is. Thank you. Cartuthalo.
There you go.
Yeah, I don't like it. It felt weird. What's up next? Havoc for MK11 asks. Yeah, sure. I'm on board with that. Temp, have you had a pick... Temp, have you had to pick a Mortal Kombat guest character for Tekken? Who would your choices be?
Smoke.
Johnny would be his first choice.
Johnny's good, but I feel like he fits too well into Tekken. I feel like if you're
right, he
guesting,
does.
You need something better than a muscular male without a shirt. I feel like you gotta do better than that. There's already so much of that in Tekken. So much of that in Tekken.
Johnny's more of like, he's one of the more like legit martial artists. They're just kind of legit martial artists. Like he kind of feels a little MMA and whatnot already. So I don't know. For some reason, that seems like it fits better with Tekken than like Raiden.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the people's choice I think would be Sub-Zero. But here's the problem: in Tekken, if you're going to do Sub-Zero right, he has to have slides, and he has to have projectiles, and he has to have clones, and that is the opposite of everything I love about Tekken. So Sub-Zero's out. So I picked Smoke because Smoke has really interesting strings in MK9. I feel like he's got interesting high-low situations in MK9 that would fit really well on Tekken. And his combo potential. Oh, yeah. Well, and they're also... you can take out his telepunch and just put in his smoke, his phasing. And you still have a really interesting Tekken character as long as you make it unsafe. There could be some cool stuff there. He can't abuse meter, so I think it'd be more interesting that way. I just feel like Smoke already has Tekken combos as it is, so MK9 Smoke would be my choice by far for who I would put in Tekken. No doubt.
What if instead of the slide, you went with the cold shoulder for sub?
No? I don't agree.
All right.
No, you still have the projectile. The clone's the bigger problem. The slide.
You don't have to do the clone. Like, I don't think the clone is actually mandatory.
No, I disagree. Now it is. Maybe like 10 years ago you would have been right, but no, now it's mandatory. With MK9, there's no going back. And to be fair, there are characters who have slides that do go into combos on counter hit in Tekken 7.
One of his variations had the fucking clone, though. Like, I feel like there's a lot to Sub-Zero that's not clone-oriented, especially if the devs are looking. Because he's got a big moveset. He's had a lot of moves over the years.
No one played Grandmaster, though, man. So looking at the metrics, and they're giving away... If they're handing Sub-Zero's hand over in marriage to Tekken, they're going to put the slide in the dowry just because everyone used Grandmaster, right? I mean, is that your intuition?
Did they? I don't know if everyone used... Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, I used Grandmaster. I know that, but I didn't know that it was that
Razor and the internet used Grandmaster. That's actually what I like about Grandmaster. That's actually why I switched from Shinnok to Sub-Zero, is because I thought Grandmaster was such a good fit for my style, and no one was using them, so I went that direction.
Maybe that's what happened. I just fought you a lot.
Yeah, you did.
And you always were... I did not body you.
You bodied the fuck out of me.
That is not true at all. One day, I said this the other day, we were supposed to do that fucking first 5 or whatever with your Reptile and my Takeda, because it never happened.
We can go do in December after the Soul Calibur stuff dies down a bit. I'm still down.
Someday. It's going to happen. It's going to be a pay-per-view.
Yep, let us know, guys.
Mm-hmm. Do it. Did we answer that question, or was there more to it? I think I interrupted you.
The strings, combo juggle potential, I think fits great in Tekken. I think the phasing works great, and I like his high-low game. I think he's already a Tekken character, so I'm going to go Smoke. And he would look so swag in Tekken. Oh my god. He would look amazing.
I want him to work on his hair.
Dude, his hair is already so Tekken. I love it. It's like Lars times 2. I dig.
I want the anime version of it. I just want it like long and hanging down and shit.
Yeah, the sort of like the David Bowie from Labyrinth.
Yeah, the fucking metal hair. Give him metal hair. Not actual metal.
I agree. It looks really... I mean, that comic wasn't very good, but Smoke's hair looks great in it.
Yeah, just fucking do it. I'd play it. Okay. Now I want to see it. Thanks. Who was that? Havoc for MK11. Thank you, sir.
I appreciate the question, man.
The Gab Standard asks, was Soul Calibur 6, DOA 6, and Smash Ultimate, not 6, just Smash Ultimate, coming out soonish and a potential Guilty Gear update on the way, what 8 to 9 main games do you think will be at EVO 2019? This is assuming the games mentioned above are worthy of a spot.
We may have to save this for next episode, dude. I have to think about that.
Yeah.
I have a bad habit of not reading these until right when we record. Sometimes after that,
that's good, though. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's better for, reactions, and you can kind of respond more honestly, but I would also talk about fighting games and shit, and sometimes that takes some thought.
Soul Calibur 6 is guaranteed. DOA 6 is on the cusp. Like, they could go either way. It just depends on how much of a dick Mr. Wizard feels like the day he picks the choices. It should be there, but...
He could be a big dick. Yeah. It's not surprising.
If Marvel's not safe, fucking DOA 6 is not safe. So...
Fucking Markman and his hats and shit. Boy.
Yeah, so I'll get back to this one. I don't have an answer ready yet. I really have to think about this.
I agree. I think that's it's a complicated one.
Good question,
we're not forgetting you, dude. Yeah. It's going to be there. I made a mental note. It's real. Carr asks, that's all it's going to be, is there any Resident Evil game or games that you think, by you, I think it's the universal you, would consider worse than any of the Resident Evil movies?
I've only seen 2 movies, so I'd say no.
Like, how many are there?
Like 6, I think. I don't
know. Are
there
really that much? I know there were 2. I knew there was more than 2, but I knew of 2, like, specifically. And I feel like I remember the last one that I saw some of was not... It was one of the sequels, and it looked about as shitty as the live-action cutscenes in the old Resident Evil games.
There's 6,
like, it looked really similar, actually. I was surprised. Like, you fucking, like... there's green screen, and there's fucking hair, and... I think that was supposed to be Leon. I don't know. God. Yeah.
Yeah, they gave Leon like a goatee and a mustache. It looked so weird.
But are there any games that are worse than those movies?
I don't think so, honestly. I've only seen 2, and I've yet to play a game that was so... ooh. Okay, yeah. Resident Evil 6 was worse than Resident Evil 1 and 2. Apocalypse. Resident Evil 6 is worse than those games. I think
you might be right.
Yeah. I forgot. I blocked out 6. I forgot about that shitty game. I never played Umbrella Chronicles, Chrome. Chrome is typing. So, yeah, Chrome, I've never played Umbrella Chronicles, dude. And I'm probably not going to either.
Neither have I, yeah. I didn't play that one. I didn't play Code Veronica. There's a bunch of them I didn't play. But that's the only one that I would say definitively is bad. And I would probably rather watch at least the first Resident Evil movie more than playing that game.
Yeah, I actually think Code Veronica doesn't get enough credit. I think atmospherically, in terms of environments, it's one of my favorite games, but whatever.
Atmo! It's important. It's good. I'm with you.
Sick. Hey, I know Eris hates that game.
Does he?
Yeah.
Wait, hates what game?
Code Veronica.
He might, but I mean, his opinion about Resident Evil 6 is way worse.
We never played it, that's why. Like, he said,
no one needs to play it. I saw it, and I don't want to fucking ever go anywhere near that game.
I beat that game with every scenario. And honestly, I will say this, as bad as the game was, I did like that scenario with Sherry and Wesker's son. I actually thought that was the strongest. And I do like that character. I mean, he's borderline retcon now, but I did think he was...
Boy. You should wrap that question up before you say something you're going to regret. That was... Yeah, we answered it. Okay. Good. Excellent. Was that the last question? I think it was.
Maybe.
I think it was. And Chrome says that was Batman 1989, wasn't it? What was Batman 89?
Marlon Wayans?
Wayans? No. That was not Batman 89. They were getting ready to do Batman Return, the second one, whatever that was. Was it Returns? Batman Returns?
Yeah, Returns was part 2.
Yeah, they were gearing up for that one, and they had Warner Brothers had hit up DC to redesign Robin. And that's why Robin got the redesign that he did with Tim Drake. Because they were wanting to put him in the movies, and they knew they couldn't put, like super traditional classic Robin in the movie. That's just not going to fly. So they were doing all that and getting a version of Robin that kind of worked and figuring out how they wanted to do it. But that wasn't done by Tim Burton, oddly enough. That was all spearheaded by Warner Brothers, and they cast him, but Tim Burton wanted to go a different way with a different script. That's the lore that I read and I'm familiar with. There might be, it's very possible, Warner Brothers did this, a same exact thing with the 89 movie too. It had the same problems because Warner Brothers doesn't learn things. They just kind of keep making the same mistakes over and over again. So that could have been a thing. I don't know. But I'm like almost like 1,000,000,000% sure that Marlon Wayans was cast for Batman Returns. It was Returns he was cast for. Honestly, I wouldn't have hated a Marlon Wayans Dick Grayson. I mean,
I don't think that people are ready for Robin. Even in the 90s, even by Batman Forever, people still weren't ready for Robin.
I don't know if people are ready for Robin now.
Well, I mean, it's hard to gauge, but yeah.
I think that, like... And I think that people are not going to be ready until they just fucking do it. And do it kind of okay. Chris O'Donnell was... I don't know.
He was lukewarm at best. But here's the thing, like, we're never going to know if Warner Brothers doesn't really try. They're not trying yet. Fuck Batman is not trying. Like...
You're right.
I don't know. We actually got to get going. I have to pick up the wreckage that is my balcony. So...
That is a good time to do so. We have... answered all these questions.
Thank you for the questions, guys. They were good.
Yeah, they were good questions. And be sure to let us know in the comments what you think of Marlon Wayans' Robin. It's definitely going to be the question on everyone's minds going into EVO 2019. Soul Calibur 6. It's definitely going to be out before our next podcast. Unlike MK11. Play it and buy it and play it again.
If you're enjoying the game and you want someone to spar with, find me. I will play you. I look forward to it.
But when does it come out?
Comes out Friday, October 19th, Thursday at midnight.
October 19th is definitely going to be out before there's another podcast.
No doubt, yeah.
This is not a Mortal Kombat 11 situation, and Temp is not lying to you.
Nope, 100% true.
It's going to be out. Go play it. It's fun. I like it, too.
Django likes it.
If Django likes it, it's just not Smash. That's really all that says.
That doesn't say a whole lot.
Yeah. This was a good episode. I have to say that every time. I don't know why I always say that.
I feel like this episode was very clean. I feel like we were very... It was just the right amount of punctuality. This is
the part of the show where we give each other our own notes. I'm still recording. I'm hitting a button. Take care of yourselves and each other, everybody.
Stay safe, everyone.
Bye.
No.